Hello there everybody, welcome to Nogard's Kitchen. Today we're going to learn how to cook pulled pork in adobo sauce.
Bon appetit.
To make the pulled pork in adobo, we're going to need a pork loin. This has been cooking in the pressure cooker for an hour. And we're going to need our dried peppers and some tomato. We put them in water and you cook them until it boils. Once it boils, you put a lid on them and you let them soak for around 30 to 40 minutes so they turn soft. After this, we're also going to make the sauce with tomatillos, some cumin, cilantro, and here we have our pork that we're going to use after we've cooked it in the pressure cooker for an hour, and if it's a normal cooker, cook it for 2 hours. So here we have it. You can see it's very soft, and we cooked it with onions inside and some salt, and that's it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take it out of the liquid and we're going to let it cool down a bit. And to give our dry peppers, some flavor, we're going to grab 1 ladle of the hot liquid and we are going to put it where our peppers and our tomato is, so it gets some of the flavor and the liquid reheats. Put our lid back on and we let them rest for around 15 more minutes. Now for the pork, what we're going to do is with 2 forks you start pulling the pork apart so it turns into thin fibers, and if you cooked it correctly you're going to see it comes off quite easily by itself. All you have to do is tear it apart. So we do this with all the pork, and then we're going to put it in the sauce. Now for our next step, we are going to cut our vegetables. That is going to be our green tomato, tomatillo, it is this one, and our onion. But we also need to start heating up some oil so we can start cooking them. So while I'm cutting them, I'm going to leave this oil heating up on the pan, and we want it to cover the whole pan. A thin layer is covering the whole pan like that. Now the way we're going to cut our tomatillos is the big ones, we're going to cut them in 6ths, so half and 1/3 and another 1/3, just like that. The small ones, we're going to cut them in 4ths. We want them to be around the same size, so we see here both of these are around the same size. This is what we want. We cut them all like that. And for our onion, we are going to cut thin slices, around ½ centimeter of thickness, and we want it to be like this, moons. So to do that is we grab a full onion, cut it in half, put it on the side, and then just slice it. Easy and simple. So now that our oil has heated up, we add all of our onion. Try to separate it as much as you can. And we're going to stir fry it in the oil. So we put it to medium heat. And we want it to get a little color, a little transparent color. Once it's a little bit transparent, we add our tomatillo to the vegetables. So we let this cook for around 5 minutes. We add the tomatillos and then we cook it all for 10 minutes. Now for the sauce, we are going to add all of our peppers without the seeds. I previously took out the seeds before I started cooking them. So we add them all. Open it up, cut it in half so it's easier to blend. And we are going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin. So we add that to the blender, and also we are going to add 1 tablespoon of oregano. Okay, once all our spices have been added, we now need some liquid because this is not going to blend like that. We need some liquid to blend it. So use the liquid we cooked it in to blend the peppers. And remember, your onions are cooking, so you want to keep on moving them while you're doing other stuff. If you can multitask like this, do step at a time. Before you put the onion, make sure your sauce is ready, and then add the onions and your tomatillos. So now that our onion is kind of transparent, this is when we add our tomatillos, and we are also going to stir fry them. Get them soaked up in oil, just like that, and we let them cook for 10 more minutes. Now we add our liquid to the blender. Like this, 1, 2, 5, just like that. Now we blend. Okay, this is still a little too thick, so we are going to add more liquid to it. So now that our onion is completely transparent and turning golden, and our tomatillos have turned a dark green color, we are going to add our pulled pork, like this. We are going to mix it, let it soak up some of the flavor of the tomatillo and the onion. So we mix this again. Just like that. The heat still at medium, and then we add our sauce. Now that our pork has cooked for around 2 minutes, we add our sauce to it. Just like that. Now, since this is supposed to be quite soupy, quite liquidy, we are going to add from the liquid that we have left over where we cooked the pork with a sifter. We're going to add all of the liquid into the pot. Just like that, we add it all. Now we give this a small mix. Make sure the sauce mixes well with the rest. Just like that. Mix it, and we let it cook until it starts boiling. Once it boils, we put our lid on. Now, once we've added all the liquid, we check for seasoning. So we grab a bit of the liquid, taste it. And this needs a bit more pepper, just like that, and we let it boil. Once it has boiled, we put our lid on and we let it cook for around 15 more minutes, and we can turn it off. And there you have it. Once 15 minutes have passed, once you've turned the flame off, it is ready to serve. Leave a like, favorite, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below of another recipe you would like me to try. Bon appetit!